in the Trump White House, the Pledge of Allegiance is, I pledge allegiance to Donald Trump. And that's who he keeps as long as they show allegiance. And he has made that really clear that he goes after his enemies. He goes after people he doesn't like, and he rewards people he likes.
I'm willing to go to Chicago, which is a big trouble, but we have a governor that refuses to admit he has problems.
Mr. President, do not come to Chicago. We are being targeted because of what and who we represent.
On June 2nd, 2025, the far south side became the scene of the city's first major gang loss of the summer.
More now on the Trump administration's plans for a big immigration crackdown in Chicago. We've learned that as soon as next week, federal forces are expected to descend on the city using some of the same tactics that sparked protests in Los Angeles a little bit earlier this year.
Okay, do something! Do something!
I've been living here for 57 years and I feel very safe in Chicago.
The people are desperate for me to stop the crimes. Stay tuned.
The president also suggesting on social media this morning, I will send in the troops to Baltimore after targeting New York and Chicago in the Oval Office Friday.
We'll go ahead and we'll straighten out Chicago, just like we did D.C. Chicago is very dangerous.
He full of crap. He got a building here, Trump Tower. He can't think it's that big a killing field. He wouldn't have built a building here if he felt like that for real. And if they do bring troops here, the only place they're gonna put them at is where the rich folks is. So it's nonsense.
Chicago police say a 15-year-old is now dead after he was shot near this vacant Canaryville lot yesterday. It's shootings like these leading into Labor Day weekend that have community leaders like Tio Hardiman worried. In the last 2 years, violence has gone down on Labor Day weekend. In 2023, 8 people were killed and 41 were hurt. Last year, 5 died and 26 were injured. So far, President Trump has deployed the National Guard to Washington, D.C. and Los Angeles to cut down on crime. A CBS News analysis shows violent crime in the nation's capital has been cut in half since the troops arrived. Burglaries are down 48%, and car thefts are down 36%.
Well, you know about this Swift news. Guess what? The internet is also buzzing right now over this video, and it's from Will Smith, that he posted on YouTube from his comeback tour in Europe. A lot of folks online are accusing the musician and the actor of posting a video using AI to change the appearance of his crowds.
You are about to watch an opinion-based podcast. This episode is not meant to be facts. It is only the opinion of the host. The host lists all references with links in the box below. Again, this is only the opinion of the host.
He's here. He's here. Now broadcasting somewhere in Northern California.
In the bowels, right to the belly of the beast.
Inside his command post. Somewhere in the brick and steel of a nondescript building. We have made contact with him. Donrob from Donrob Flixx.
Oh, I got here kind of late, man. My bad, everybody. My bad. I got here a little late. But, man, thank you for coming back. I really appreciate it. If you're here from, one of the other platforms, if you're here from Spotify, Pandora, iHeart. Sorry, I'm out of breath, man. I had to run here. Miss Producer started this without me really being ready, so let me catch my breath for a second. Welcome back. We are officially on episode 17. That's 17 weeks, man. That's fucking crazy. If you're here from Pandora, iHeart, Amazon Music, Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, Tidal, I don't know, we can just keep going, man, or just, hit up the over here actually. Hit up my RSS feed. You can find where I'm at on all the different platforms. And Mom, if you're watching me, I love you. You're the best mom on planet Earth. You're my rock, and you've always been my rock and always will be. You're an amazing mother. Just so you guys know a little history here. I'm still trying to catch my breath. But a little bit of history here. I started my first episode 17 weeks ago when I got some bad news about my mom. But she's a fighter. She's the strongest person I've ever met. Strongest woman. She's fucking Wonder Woman, Superwoman, whatever you want to call her. Single mother with 8 kids. And man, I'm telling you, but let's get into this week's news in under
T-minus 2 minutes.
Israel is still committing genocide, and now they're bombing rubble. Jordan, Saudi Arabia.
What about them?
You know, the other neighbors next to Gaza.
Oh, okay.
Still have walls up and won't let them in.
Wow.
And we still haven't gotten any answers about Epstein.
California has been having a downpour of rains, and guess what else?
Fire season is back, y'all, so pack your go bags.
Good old thunder.
But our governor is on top of shit, so we good, don't trip.
Just what our dry state needs right now is, you know, fire season starts.
I told you, Gavin's on top of shit.
Trump, he's sending in the troops, man, to Chicago. I told you. I mean, it was obvious, right? And he also said he's going into Baltimore.
Now he said he isn't sending them unless the fat governor asks for it.
David Pakman, podcast host, taking dark money. What the fuck, man? Where's my money?
China, Russia, and North Korea all met to plot against us.
Left-leaning podcast hosts, you know, like, you know, taking dark money and
T-minus 1
big
minute.
influencers just got caught being paid off.
Look, here's the shiesty organization handing out dark money to these
like David Pakman.
T-minus 50 seconds.
250 a month, the smaller guys, but still.
They some sneaky cheaters taking bribes.
It's dark money, man. You know what that means? And again, where's my fucking money?
T-minus
Show me the
40
money.
seconds.
I want the money. It's all about the money. Summer is done. Fall is here. I think. Is it?
T-minus 30 seconds.
And you know, for other parts of the country,
It's tornado and hurricane season.
it's here. Stay ready. Stay paranoid.
Stay ready, bitches.
T-minus 20
Taylor
seconds.
Swift, is that her name? I think that's her name. She's getting married to Travis Kelce. Who gives a fuck? I don't care. I'm hoping it fucks up his game. I'm an
10,
Eagles fan.
9.
AI just took
8,
4,000 jobs
7,
away from
6,
Salesforce.
5,
And remember a few months
4,
ago, robots and AI,
3,
AI took
2,
over like 3,000 jobs from
0.
Amazon. Who's next? Anyone know? That's been your news in under 2. But you know, let's keep talking about what we're talking about. But let's first, the mayor of Chicago and the governor of Illinois, man, they're afraid to admit what even my governor of California has now admitted. They need to grow a pair, man. Big cities, they might need more policing. It's that simple. Even my governor's saying it. And my governor, you know, he doesn't lie about anything. He tells the truth all the time. Listen or watch to my governor, Mr. Hair Gel Newsom, educate everyone in this whole fucking country how it's done when you want to run for president in 28
And beyond.
But wait, before we go into Mr. Hair Gel, let's talk about Buzz Lightyear and Disney. After this 2-week-old throwback right here from a father that has 4 kids and a grandfather of 10.
Snoop Doggy Dogg in the house. I took my grandson to see what was the movie with Buzz Light?
I think it's called
with
Lightyear.
Kiki. And like, then she had a baby with a woman. Oh, I didn't come in for this. They putting it everywhere.
Everywhere.
Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh, I didn't come in for this. Just came to watch the goddamn movie.
Oh, Snoop.
Hey, man, watch the movie. So it's like, I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of I don't have an answer for it. It threw me for a loop. These are kids that we have to show that at this age, like,
that part.
they're going to ask questions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They are going to ask. I don't
Good
have
job,
an answer.
Snoop.
What'd you tell them?
Watch the movie. Watch the popcorn.
You know what bothered me most about all this? It's real simple, man. Not only do I agree with Snoop, go ahead, man. Leave right now. Unsub me. I hope you don't, you know. I do care, but, you know, if you leave me, but not if you're tripping like that, man. Off of a granddad that not wanting to see 2 women or 2 men raising a kid in a fucking Disney cartoon and being forced to explain that, man, if that, you know, if that person doesn't feel it and they don't want to have to sit there and explain that shit to their grandkid, what if that person, you know, has, you know, different religious views, man, or just doesn't, you know, feel like it's his place or her place, you know, to explain that kind of shit when it isn't even their kid. Man, it's his fucking grandkid, man. Think about it. What if they don't want granddad explaining gay parenting shit? Whose place is it? Isn't it the parents' place, man? Isn't it? I thought it was. I mean, granddad, he's just trying to watch a fucking, Disney cartoon at home, at his home theater, man, after burning a big fatty. You know what I'm saying? But, far, far away from his grandkid, but still, he's just trying to watch a fucking cartoon. Why would he want to explain some shit like that? That's why this shit bothered me, man. That's exactly why. Right here.
Snoop's hot take sparked criticism in the comments. One user saying, "It isn't that hard to explain. Science."
Man, only 2 genders, boy and girl. That's science. Or do they mean...
Weird science.
Another chiming in with, "Being afraid of gay parents in movies is crazy."
No, man, you're crazy. You're fucking crazy. That's not his kid. It's his fucking grandkid. Wouldn't it be fucking crazy if the granddad's like, "Hey, grandchild, boys have, girls have, some girls prefer this and some boys prefer this." Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Talking birds and bees and shit with their grandkids. That's not for granddad to be doing. Granddad wants to chill.
In this reply, he was probably smoking weed while watching the movie.
Man, that might be what pissed me off even the most. I'm serious, man. Whoever that piece of shit is, assuming Snoop can't be a granddad or a dad or a fucking husband, that don't smoke in front of everybody, man, just because, he's a recording artist. And
because as a parent,
man, Snoop Dogg, man, get the fuck out. He's granddad, not dad.
Course. Sing along, y'all. Let's go.
There was a farmer, had a dog, and Bingo was
We're gonna
his
take
name.
this shit back to the basics, But it's enough of that. You got my take on it, all right? If not, I agree with Snoop. It's that fucking simple. Now let's go back to Hair Gel Newsom. This fucking guy.
Over the last few years, I'm trying to understand as much as anyone else. The whole pronoun thing. Trying to understand all of that. What, that was like the hell. I mean, all that stuff. I get it.
That right there is when we knew he's running.
Commander-in-Chief in 2028.
Hands are flailing. He gets so nervous and he can't stop moving his hands. Right? It's to tell. I'm uncomfortable and I'm probably lying too. Hands above the midline moving is
supposed to see the
can
brand.
be.
37%
Sorry about that.
said that the snippets harmed their perception of the governor. So in other words, 26% overall said it harmed their perception of him. And among liberals, 37% said it harmed my perception of the governor. Among those
you guys
who
like
have
Megyn Kelly?
Very favorable opinions
all
of
right.
Gavin Newsom.
But this is interesting.
He lost
all this little
to
collage.
start
So I'm gonna
this.
leave you guys for a minute.
And
I'll
the
be right
reason
back.
he's smart to start it is because he has no muscles, Emily. None. He's a sinewy little weakling.
Megyn Kelly has a love-hate relationship for men's hair gel.
When it comes to arguing any of these issues, especially cultural issues, because he, like all liberals, has never had to do it. So now he's trying to get his training, which is smart on his part, and it would be smart on the part of conservatives to say no, because they declined to help him get in shape before the big bout. We're supposed to be helping Rocky, not drag up. Come on, man. I mean, I get it. Those are legit, period. The issue of age, and as someone who's been so focused on LGBT and gay marriage, the trans thing, I just like, I've been thinking about the pronouns. Yeah. That's how he answered that question, Rich. Are you okay with surgical procedures on an 8-year-old? Strange, because when you listen to him, you would think like he's a moderate, but he's not. On the trans stuff and virtually every other subject, he is as radical as they come. He is another Kamala Harris, but there's something about him. Maybe he's a people pleaser, a vintage politician. When he gets across from these are our war fighters. And truly, like the 3 I mentioned, these are California is these mealy-mouthed, kale-eating, broccoli-pushing, Birkstock, whatever, wearing politicians who can't find another person fast enough to blame. My absolute favorite, though, is the fire chief. She's growing on me. When she's not focusing on her lesbianism, she's actually quite fierce.
I was talking about the LA.
Not going down
LA
without bringing
fire
Mayor
chief.
Karen Bass with her. And who could blame him? He would be so measured, and you're going to have that flailer with the hands and the stuttering and the come on, man, pulling the Joe Biden. Come on, man. It didn't work for Biden, and it's not going to work for Newsom. Like, I'm just seeing the runway of how the Republicans' chances are going to look. And right now I'm feeling good. Not necessarily about the midterms, but about the presidential race. Here's another thing. It's a little off point on the trans issue, but a great moment where Sean asked Gavin Newsom about why they were so able to very quickly clean up the city of San Francisco when Chinese President Xi Jinping came.
This is true. I watched
in
this go down road, guys.
After, we ended our show on
You
Thursday,
didn't get the clip right?
was it? I don't know. Was it Thursday or Friday?
Well, where's
About
the
what's
clip?
happening with the biological
With Sean
males out
Ryan.
there. And this A.B.
Come on, you can't do
Fernandez,
that.
who is winning all the
Sorry
girls'
about
medals.
that, you guys. My
Hernandez.
producers
And
acting like a rookie.
I just did like a personal
though
plea to
she's
people
not a
and
rookie.
got a lot of great feedback on it. So thank you for watching that. But then I took it to Twitter and on X.
Yes.
I
Sorry.
addressed Gavin Newsom personally. He follows me.
See, it's a love-hate thing with her.
So I tagged him. And I'm going to be honest.
I warned you guys months ago, right?
Begged him to please stop this.
Gavin Newsom,
for all the reasons stated on our
is
YouTube
probably
feed.
the best salesman
And,
in the entire country.
He didn't get back to me.
We don't
but
want him as our president, you guys. Trust me on
He
this.
feels the need to get their approval. That's how it
He's a
feels.
nice guy and shit. Anybody that's ever met him that tells me they've ever met him in person, they like him. But here's the problem. His policies are garbage.
It's actually kind of amusing. We put together a bunch
Let's
of
keep
soundbite.
listening.
Take a listen here.
I thought that was one of the most inauthentic things I have seen Gavin Newsom do.
Wow.
I'm terribly,
So you don't believe him to
terribly,
let them hang themselves there?
He must have been paid from that dark
disappointed. I
room.
think you meet energy with energy. And what he did was he showed his pretty white teeth and his cute face. And
She must
did
not have been,
nothing
because all the
other than
people that were
And
being paid
we hear a lot
are
about
hyping up the whole
San
Gavin
Francisco and the homelessness and
Listen,
pooping on the road and all that kind of stuff. And it seemed like
watch this.
All of that was cleaned up when Xi came to town.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Complete bullshit.
That's complete bullshit.
I know folks say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town. That's true because it's true.
That's not even the full clip, you guys.
I got to credit Morning Wire, my pals over the Morning Wire,
full
put that
clip.
together. Such a good.
My governor, he's the most cop-friendly, crime-fighting, all hands on deck, roll up your fucking sleeves kind of guy. You guys need to know that. He's a tough guy, man. And he's for the people. And if you don't believe me, you guys don't believe me,
crime and decay. Kelly makes it clear
I got something for you.
luck. It's Gavin.
Mr. Hairjo himself, he'll tell you. Check this out.
We're here to talk about some of the efforts that have been underway since 2019 that were accelerated. Can you
speed this up a little?
2023.
You could go a little faster if you want. We'll still understand. You guys all understand him, right? You can go a little faster. Go ahead. I know you're not supposed to go past 1.7, but yeah, there you go. Thank you. What is it, like 10 times? All right. This is the best way to understand this man. He makes the most sense when it's like this, so. But I'll slow it down in a second.
Collaborative partnerships with local law enforcement agencies and local elected officials throughout the state of California. These operations will be targeted. They'll be data-driven. They'll be focused on the basis of intelligent gathering that's coming from different law enforcement agencies on the basis
you guys notice he's being tough,
task forces,
sitting around,
relationships.
See, so now do you believe me? You believe me now?
With that, we're happy to answer any questions.
Governor, is this in response to President Trump talking about, or is it to prevent the possibility? When President Trump talks about deploying more National Guard troops to more cities, is this part of a response or to prevent that from happening?
Of course not. My governor, man, he's been on top of this shit from day one.
Reporting, we've been pretty consistent with these kinds of announcements. They certainly invited you in to the horseshoe here to announce them. We've done it by paper. We do it every week. We're highlighting these things. I've had
does this every week, guys?
9 or 10 press conferences
over the past 6 years. 9 or 10
on this topic. over the course of the last few years. So we're not reacting and responding to anything.
I think it's like the second or third, but I could be wrong.
With
Go
one
ahead and fact
caveat.
check me. I don't mind.
The community wants
5, 6, 3, and 6 years.
And we are trying to be responsive to the people.
It's all
we
the same,
serve.
isn't it?
As it relates to the president in particular, he's doing things to people, not with people. It's a point of profound
You guys see
contrast. He's de facto militarizing American cities. That's why I led with the Breyer decision. We're waiting for the outcome of that.
Gavin's not running. He's worried about everybody. He's not trying to be president in 2028. Don't worry, you guys. He's just concerned. He's a concerned citizen.
Will be discussed and debated if he moves in our direction across the United States. But I should note, just on that, if he is to invest in crime suppression, I hope the President of the United States would look at the facts.
Yeah, he better look at the facts, man. Let's see how my state, it's so much better than other states. I mean, isn't it? Our crime, it's all an illusion. Don't believe your lying eyes, man. Got it? My governor, he's about to break it down for you right now, and he never lies. He's for the people. He's the real deal. I'm telling you, he doesn't even use a lot of hair gel anymore either. That's all bullshit. People just want to make fun of him. He's the best governor in the whole country. Might be the best leader on planet Earth, guys. I mean, seriously,
just consider Speaker Johnson's state and district. Just look at the murder rate. That's nearly 4 times higher than California.
Make sure you guys see that because it's important. You understand.
Speaker Johnson, 4x higher.
Speaker Johnson's state's all fucked up.
Again, you not see this on Fox.
You won't see this on fake Fox.
The president may not be familiar with these facts.
The real CNN, Doesn't the fucking president know our crimes, all of our crime stats have never been fudged at all to make anything look better? Again, don't believe your lying eyes. Just like the school system. They don't lower any standards, to make the stats look good. They don't do that. All that's bullshit. The police department, no one lowers any standards anywhere.
So I want to present some facts to the President of the United States. And
He's going to give you some facts.
Alarm to the President to learn these facts, particularly
Look at these
Speaker
facts.
Johnson, who's been such a strong partner and ally in these efforts. So the carnage in Louisiana is well defined. Of course, Mississippi leads the nation as the #1 murder state in America. Imagine this.
See, guys, the Republican states are the worst states. They got the most
murder
crime.
rates, 180%.
They do. It's not the blue states. Isn't Trump, about to send the National Guard to like 19 Republican states, though? Isn't he? Isn't that
180%
what all the
higher
Republican
than Los
governors just
Angeles.
asked him to do?
LA has more people. These are all per capita numbers. More people than Los Angeles. Perhaps the president could deploy the National Guard in every corner of
I
Mississippi.
think he's about to. He announced that a few weeks ago, big guy.
Murder rates out
Wait,
of
I'm
control
wrong.
there.
Gavin would have told us
Carnage.
if he did.
And governor may want to make that phone call. Again, if they care about the issues.
Miss
of
Producer, are
crime
you
and
going to clip
violence.
to
Would note St. Louis murder rate.
what Republican states?
Is
What?
190% larger.
Oh,
than
that don't exist, huh?
Oakland.
Because
I
Gavin,
can go on.
my bad.
We could talk about the carnage in Arkansas. Again,
This
one of the
man
top
cares,
10
you
murder
guys.
States in America, 2.6 times greater than San Francisco. Again, these are just not just observations. They're stone cold facts.
Fucking facts, you guys. Just like redlining, right, Governor? It's all by design, right, Governor? Just like redlining. But that was in my last episode. Go watch it.
And the fact remains, if the president is sincere about the issue of crime and violence, there's no question in my mind that he'll likely be sending the troops into Louisiana.
Better be
Mississippi,
sincere,
arresting
President Trump.
Just the unconscionable wave of violence that continues to plague.
How do I already know that, Trump is about to do that? And Mr. Hairgel is acting, like he doesn't already know. Obviously. That's why Slick Willie here is even doing this phony press conference. Slick Willie is trying to show his daddy that he will do a better job. Good job, Gavin. I'm glad you're going to do a good job. Good job. Good job. He's showing his daddy he's going to do a good job.
President Donald Trump is mobilizing up to 1,700 National Guardsmen across Indiana and 18 other states. The move comes following a request from governors across the country asking for additional support to address civil unrest.
This has to be fake.
Fox News
My governor
reports
didn't tell
the
us about
deployment
this.
includes personnel from multiple states, with some already arriving in affected areas.
No way. I don't
The
believe
National
that.
Guard will assist law enforcement in maintaining order and protecting public safety. The decision comes amid ongoing protests and demonstrations nationwide.
That was a report from 7 days ago. Now let's get back to Gavin from 3 days ago, you guys.
Those states.
Governor, you talked about putting the mirror on the Trump administration. I'm not necessarily...
That 7-day-old report must be a conspiracy theory. That must be fake news.
The Patriot Shop...
Because Gavin...
I mean, is this a way
he would never lie.
to sort of do that? Because...
I mean, I've been... Look, we've been at this, as you know. You've been to all these months and months. And I think we kicked this off with the AG, a few years back in San Jose. We were very
San Jose.
About the legislature moving on those legislative package a year.
South Bay.
So I think it's a continuation of that. I mean, but I think it is important to highlight the National Guard issue. I thought it was the right question. And it's a question on all our minds. Is this America?
I think it is.
Are we losing our country? We lost grip with reality.
Did that happen years ago?
The idea that the
Mr.
military can be out there in every street corner. In the United States of America, that people that don't look like me, the black and brown community, quite literally feeling like they're racially profiled, scared to death to walk their dogs or go to the grocery store. Even in some cases, now you're hearing more and more about it, going to the hospital to get emergency care, let alone preventative care. For that matter, even going to school or to graduation last year. Funerals, weddings, events.
Just last year, no one could go. This guy during the fucking pandemic kept my state shut down the longest. You couldn't have funerals, no graduations, no going to school, don't go to the fucking park, don't go to the beach, don't have any family gatherings, don't do shit. The longest in the country. And when places opened up, like even Denny's restaurant, you had to show proof of a fucking vaccine card just to go in. Who was mostly sitting outside and never allowed in? Take a guess.
I think
I won't
it's
even tell
important
you.
to build on what we're doing, yes, to extend that
Ridiculous,
narrative,
man.
to expand our successful programs, to acknowledge we have work to do. I'm not suggesting otherwise, but also acknowledge that this country needs to wake up to what's going on, and not just the authoritarian tendencies, but the authoritarian
Wake the fuck up, country.
By this president. This cannot be normalized. And yes, so I'm
And it cannot be
highlighting,
normalized
some just
to think
just
this guy right here is
blatant
presidential.
hypocrisy. Yes, we're putting a mirror up to the.
He could be a president of
it
a
is.
car sales, like a car place, Do I need to play Gavin's,
Trump's tweets
greatest hits? I mean,
and his grift. The madness that is someone that would dress up as the Pope and tweet that out, or put his face up there on Mount Rushmore in a
This
Superman
fucking
costume.
guy.
President of the United States.
He had his
I do
little,
think it's important to put that mirror, that lens back, and have everyone.
little funny
reflect on
style
it.
team
Is
put
it-
his little ones up,
Have we
right?
accepted this as normal?
These right
How
here.
are we calling this out more clearly? So, extension.
But see, he realized it
doing,
didn't work,
but
so
also,
this is
yes,
his
highlighting
way of
some-
backtracking all that. You guys all realize that, right? But here's the funny thing. All your supporters, Mr. Hair Gel, even a few of them were sending me these memes.
Well, I mean, it's an
Excited.
administration that's always believed in alternative facts. In fact, facts don't matter, illusion rules. That's why the chatbots at Fox are so successful at night.
Yeah. America, I am begging you, please, not to fall for this guy's bullshit, please. If you think Trump is a narcissistic asshole, this guy is that and a fucking chameleon that changes colors on demand, but means nothing he says. Every word out of his mouth is fucking bullshit. But it's nice to see he can calm his, his weird fidgety hand movement down at least, right? What the fuck, dude? Now, let's get to the other slick Willie. This fucking guy.
Well, you know about this Swift news. Guess what? The internet is also buzzing right now over this video, and it's from Will Smith that he posted on YouTube from his comeback tour in Europe. A lot of folks online are accusing the musician of the actor of posting a video using AI to change the appearance of his crowds, mixed in with shots of real people, and of course, it's now becoming
as much as I'm not a fan of his
reality
music, I think a lot of people
generated material.
So why is anyone
NBC Stephen Romo takes a closer look.
Don't waste your time, you guys. Don't fall for stupid
Will Smith
shit.
posting a promotional video from his concerts after releasing a new album. It doesn't seem
The crazy
too
thing about
out of
all
the
this is the
ordinary,
fact that Will
but then
Smith
the
is trying
internet
to
started
come back out with
noticing
music.
Something unusual, with comments accusing the artist of using fake AI
Cares about the
crowds.
AI shit,
And
you know
you
what I
can
mean?
see what they're talking about when you look up close. Faces in the sea of fans appearing distorted and not quite right.
Who gives a fuck?
We asked AI expert Hani Fareed for a second opinion.
The music,
No
the
doubt
music
that
he's
there
doing
is
isn't
real
right.
footage in the video. There's also no doubt that there is some AI content.
Who gives a fuck?
But even that
The lyrics
has
are
some
probably
nuance to
AI.
it.
The whole thing extra ironic because of the video's title. My favorite part of the tour is seeing you all up close. We reached out to Will Smith's team for a
I mean, he
comment,
did
but
have a lot
not
of fans in
heard
them
back.
shows,
And we have
just
not
so
seen a
everybody
public
knows,
response
if you're
to the
watching right now,
controversy.
just so you know.
Some
They probably-
commenters
obviously, they
confused,
probably did,
as
you know,
other videos show Smith
slip some
performing
bullshit
for
in,
large
but-
audiences.
A little secret I'm going to tell
One
everybody.
person saying the fact that he's using AI to fake the crowd when he's actually playing in front of a pretty big crowd already is insane.
See, here's well, hold on. What's insane is the people that care about this, man, and believe it. That's what's insane. As much as I don't like Will,
I think what happened is they took a still image from a real scene and
It
then
don't matter,
animated with AI for a few seconds. And so is it real or is it fake? A little bit of both.
Hey, Will, up top! The harsh backlash.
The
coming
recording
after a
artist didn't
rough
edit
few
the fucking
years for
video,
the
you guys.
rapper turned superstar actor who
So who
stayed
gives a
out
fuck?
of the spotlight for some time after the infamous Oscars
I'm
slap
sure his
in
concerts were sold out,
2022,
man.
An incident he
probably didn't even
apologized
realize
for.
that the fucking
Last
editor
year,
did
he
that
came
shit.
back to the silver screen with the release
guys
of
know I'm
Bad
not a
Boys
fan of
Ride
Will.
or Die, grossing $400 million globally.
How you gonna hate on
Smith tried to
someone for
ride that
that stupid?
momentum with the release of a comeback album in March titled Based on a True Story. But it's not the chart-topping
shit.
success
Is he
he
gonna
was
talk
previously
about all
known
his
for.
homosexual
Smith is no
tendencies
stranger to the world of
on those
AI
true stories?
after a fake meme of him eating spaghetti went viral a few years back. His response, making light of the whole thing, posting a non-AI clip. And as the tech advances, the meme becoming almost a test of how good
Shit
AI is
motherfuckers will
getting.
do, huh?
If you look at the trend for the last 1, 2, 3 years, the technology keeps getting better, blurring the line from reality and
Stick to the
fiction.
movies.
But fans not letting these visuals get by them. One user accusing Smith of doing it for the purpose of getting attention, adding, "It seems to be working."
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about it.
Isn't that
Everyone's
what
talking,
Hollywood
they're
is all
talking
about?
it.
Trying to get attention?
BINGO.
But listen, you make the
You know what
point,
I'm saying?
Stephen, the
So-
consequences for AI that's
His
looking
publicist
so
probably
real
said,
these days. It's
I'm gonna
far
call
more
up
than just, one
Entertainment
individual
Tonight or
actor
something
who
like
may
that.
be, trying to buff up his
Tell them this
reputation.
bullshit story. They're all talking about it, right?
Will Smith is desperately trying to
It
rap
worked.
again, and it seems like no one in hip hop really gives
Exactly.
I have rooted for Will Smith my whole life. I root for this motherfucker, okay? And now I watch Emancipation just to see him get whooped.
Yeah, Will Smith has had one hell of a run. From being one of the most successful actors of all time
Still
to
think that
wrecking
shit
his
was
career
fake.
during a generational Oscars crash out, Big
Just
Willie
saying.
has gone out of style. Now, after
Big Willie
generating
went out of
over
style
$10 billion
years
at the
ago,
box office,
everybody.
Will is making major moves to restart his career as a rapper. But let's just say that Will's
I was a
return to
little
music
kid when he went out of
isn't
style.
quite going according to plan. That's exactly why we're doing
Hollywood
a
saved
comprehensive
him.
breakdown on Will Smith's failed
It's
comeback
repackaged
and why
and into
hip-hop
something
no
different.
longer respects what he has to say. How did Will go from rapping to acting in the first place?
He's
Which
actually a good
notorious
actor. He's a
rapper
great
called
actor.
him out for being soft? And which
Shitty
rappers
rapper.
clowned Will for his wife's so-called entanglement with a younger man? Lucky ass. What? We've even done a thorough analysis of how Will's hopeless attempts to be more relatable backfired. Why did Jada Pinkett's revelations about her love affair with Tupac lead to Will Smith crashing out at
Damn,
the
why'd they have
Oscars?
to say
Finally,
that?
we're going to take a look at what went wrong with Will Smith's devastatingly bad comeback album. Did Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar
Man, how
really
you gonna have
curve him when he asked for help?
I've been Prince for years
comeback
and
album.
years.
But about 2 years ago, the DJs in the street started scratching, fresh, this is fresh. Everything was fresh. So I added the Fresh Prince onto my name.
Back in the 80s, Will started to build a name for himself as the so-called Fresh Prince of Philadelphia. With his main collaborator, DJ Jazzy Jeff, Will became a teenage sensation. His very first single, Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble, was a hit record before Will even graduated high school. As the Fresh Prince, Will kept a name for himself as a family-friendly artist who didn't cuss and kept a clean-cut image. And while his bubblegum content might have been different from the harder-edged gangsta rap, it also made Will Smith into a bona fide star. It wasn't long before DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince were touring alongside legendary rap crews like Run DMC and Public Enemy.
Guys, remember I showed you, I think on Apple like
also made him the first rapper ever to clinch a Grammy. In 1989, his single with Jazzy Jeff,
I think Will sold his soul.
Dan scored the trophy for Best Rap Performance. Their Grammy win may have cemented the duo in the history books, but it also came with some pretty serious criticism. After all, Parents Just Don't Understand is an extremely lighthearted record, but it existed at the same time as some harder, more socially conscious street records like NWA's Straight Outta Compton or Public Enemy's Rebel Without a Pause were also in rotation. To some rap fans, giving the award to Will Smith was all about the industry endorsing how harmless his music was. They wanted to celebrate Will Smith for being safe while refusing to grant credibility to street hip-hop. But controversy aside, Will Smith continued to stack major W's. After bad financial planning left him totally broken and millions of debt to the IRS, Will received a lifeline that would change everything. He became the star of his very own sitcom, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The show's runaway success cleared the way for Will to become a movie star. By the mid-90s, Will Smith was one of Hollywood's most bankable leading men. He began holding down blockbuster after blockbuster, raking in millions of dollars for high-budget action movies like Bad Boys, Men in Black, Independence Day, and I Am Legend. Even if you don't agree with this history-making Grammy win, one thing was for sure, Will Smith had become an inescapable force.
Came in A-lister.
I made a commitment a long time ago.
That's why I stay the fuck out of rap, dude.
The type of person I was going to be. The type of music I was going to make, the type of movies I was going to make. I made a commitment to my grandmother.
But even though he was Hollywood's biggest star, Will couldn't escape the accusations that he was soft. While Will's squeaky clean, profanity-free lyrics were calling hard to get him on the radio, his reputation as a nice guy haunted his music. In the 90s, street-oriented hip-hop continued to take over the industry. The same rules that made Will Smith a Grammy-winning star in the 1980s didn't apply anymore. Now the biggest rappers in the game were artists like the Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac, rappers who prized authenticity over being family-friendly. Will continued to release music as a solo act, landing huge hit records like Miami and Getting Jiggy with It. But his lack of street credibility and his focus on making pop rap songs also made his music feel more formulaic and less exciting, especially when you compared him to the competition. By the time the new millennium rolled around, Will's hip-hop career was seen as old news. And there was no better example of how the industry had moved on than the rise of Eminem. Eminem's career was the polar opposite of Will's. While Will won mainstream appeal by playing by the rules,
a lot of motherfuckers.
Just
he didn't
didn't
crush all the white.
He called out
white
celebrities by name, including Will Smith on The Real Slim Shady. Quote, Will Smith don't gotta cuss in his raps to sell records. Well, I do, so f*** him and f*** you too. Think I could
M didn't crush him.
He was the time Will dropped his third solo album, Born to Reign, in 2002,
but he really did. He
were
blew
clearly
the
in
fuck up.
decline.
A-lister.
After his first two albums reached multi-platinum status,
Would you
Born
call
to
that
Reign only went gold. And while Will was being nominated for Oscars
I think
and
having a
making
midlife
huge hit
crisis
movies,
and trying to
fans
be a
were
rapper
clearly
against falling
souring
off.
on his music.
That's just my opinion, though. That's enough about Will. But I will say this. Will, stick to film, dude. You're actually a pretty good actor, man. I do have a question to everyone. Why do so many people always think the fucking grass is greener somewhere else? Why? I don't get it. Rappers want to be actors. Actors want to be rappers. Athletes want to be fucking rappers. I don't get it, man. It happens in the real world to most people too. And at workplaces, it happens in the real world too. I mean, it ain't just actors and all these people. I mean, have you ever known that person that always thinks they should be the fucking boss? Haven't you known that person? Or, you know, that person that always interviews with the competition? That motherfucker? Or that girl or that guy that always chasing another person? Grass isn't always greener, folks. Usually it's actually dead, or it's as fake as the grass in most football stadiums. It's not going to be greener, man. Appreciate what's right in front of you. water it, and feed it better. Cherish it. Nothing lasts forever, nothing. And grass usually isn't really any greener ever, man. Ever. Cherish what you got. Now let's get into a brighter mood. Fuck all this negative shit. That big motherfucker. You know, a lot of people think if you get big as fuck, you'll crush everybody. For some reason, people think that. I don't get it. It's not true. If you guys don't believe me, watch these. No, I mean, Mike Tyson was a lot smaller than a lot of motherfuckers he'd knock out.
That's the easy 100. I put $500 on
Right back. Keep it. Damn, big boy blasting.
Go for the side.
Not bad.
Go for the side. Sit back. Take it down. Take it down. Go. Adjust. Yeah, go.
Man, you gotta have skill. You can't just be big. I don't know if I'm not really into these, I don't think any reviewers are into these. So, do we have to keep watching this?
คนไทยทั้งประเทศอยากเห็นครับแสนชัยครับครับ
Oh
แสน
shit,
ชัย
that little
โอ้โหนี่ครับข้างหลังเตะข้างหลังไม่ฟาวอันนี้ไม่ฟาวนะฮะไม่ฟาวในครับตัวเล็กมาเจตัวใหญ่นะทานบอลตัวชักโอ้โหลูกนี้
Look at him, he's trying to be
แสนชัยครับ
fast
สายลำตัวแล้วขึ้นบนครับซ้ายร้อยตัวส่งกันมาเยอะๆนะครับเราจะงามโอ้โหจิ้มซ้าย
taking advantage
weighing
of
in 207 pounds against the 340-pound Fred Floyd, who goes right after him. Wow!
207 pounds against
just
340.
flying over a knee to the side. Both these fighters going all out. They are not going to grapple on this one. Both fighters going in. Now, straight up.
Big dude
with
sloppy,
the right
though.
hooks. This time with the left. He is tapped out.
This needs a little skill behind it.
You woman?
Fuck little dude up. What?
You a woman? You.
Are you kidding me?
Why? What? Look at you. It's you. What's wrong with me?
Look like a gay.
Okay, really? The pink shorts? Really?
What's that?
So I'll let you know.
Sure. That's funny.
Yeah, I didn't mean
Okay,
it.
don't joke like that. I'm 60.
He came back with that. He came back with the shovel and squash.
I came back to you up.
What? You're gonna shovel me?
Man, I came back to you up.
Why me?
So stop playing YouTube bull before
Man,
you get
he's,
hurt.
You're fine. You're fine.
These little pranksters need to watch themselves.
No, relax. Go on, relax, man. Relax.
I even miss you, bro. I even miss you, bro. I did miss you.
So you're taking the
I
piss.
just admitted it. Pink. He's just running away from that slow motherfucker, but still he's scared of him.
Smack man is boys. You heard what I said. Man, I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone, bro. It's a prank. It's a prank. It's a prank, bro. It's a prank. It's a prank.
It's fuck.
It's a prank, bro. It's a prank. No, it's a prank. No, I don't know him, bro. It's a prank. You my man down there. Out of you right now, bro. God damn, it's a prank, bro. Ooh.
It's a prank. These pranksters, man, they're idiots. Good old hometown of Sacramento. Crazy. 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 I won't say the word crazy.
What the? So crazy ass.
For you. So.
What you doing? What you doing?
That's that woman's gonna get her man fucked up one day. Fellas, if you got a girl like that, you might want to have a talk with her. Yeah, if you got a girl like that, you might want to have a talk with her because it could be a little dangerous. She could get you hurt in many ways. I don't even think I have to tell anybody what could possibly happen to you when you're a fucking idiot like that. So, but look, back to Chicago. You guys, Chicago's out of control, man. They really are. I mean, and this dumbass mayor, he only got like a 6% approval rating, man. I mean, I could go into all kinds of shit. Why I think he's a stupid mayor. Why I think he's a dumb fuck. Because he is a dumb fuck, but I'm not going to get into all of it. I'm not going to waste your guys' time. I just want to, well, look, I want to show you something, man. Since June of this year, these are some people we're missing off the streets of Chicago for no fucking reason at all, man. And I'll say this before I go into this. How is it Trump federalizes Washington, D.C., and for the first time since I've been born, in my entire life, they went multiple weeks so far without any murders? Make that make sense to you, to me, I mean. Make that make sense to me. Other than motherfuckers are scared, but hey, listen, guys, look, I'm not for the cops going up and down the street and fucking with everybody. No one's for that. Definitely, I'm not for that. But what I'm also not for, man, are a bunch of 14, 15, 13-year-olds getting shot, man, shooting each other up. And look, I come from the Valley. I come from the era of the early 90s when, gangbanging, man, I mean, so many people that I grew up with that, I mean, I'm not saying they're real close to me, but, a lot of acquaintances to, to me, I mean, ended up dead, man, from gangbanging, either dead or in prison. Places like Chicago, man, it's a whole nother level right now, man, or it's similar to those time periods. And I don't know how to fix it, but I'll tell you this. If you could send in a bunch of National Guard, people that are like school teachers and, they got daytime jobs and they signed up to the National Guard. They get benefits. I mean, a lot of perks, man. And why not send them out to pick up trash and to show their faces? They're not going to do anything. It's already been proven in LA, in Washington, D.C. I mean, look at this. They're picking up trash, man, because they don't got nothing to do. Look at this. So, send them out everywhere, man. I'm with everybody. I don't want them out terrorizing people, man, or making all of us feel like, we live in Wolverine, like the movie Wolverines or something, right? I don't want that feeling. Nobody wants that feeling, but at the same time, can you guys, look, I don't live in Chicago. I've been there many times. But could you guys imagine? And some of you watching this, you do imagine it because you live in it. Maybe not in Chicago, or you probably live in it in somewhere else in another hood, man. So, but just imagine if you're younger right now, imagine speed up the clock to where you're like 70 years old, man, and you're afraid to even walk to the store because you're a target. When I was growing up, man, there was a code. There were some basic rules that motherfuckers followed. And the problem is, right now, they're making old people targets.
Police are looking for these 4 people who they say robbed and beat an
They're
elderly
having little
person
kids do some
on a
shit
CTA
that,
red line. The incident happening on a train at...
Some people. We're told many of them were underage.
We also, as a community, must begin to hold each other accountable as to the activity of our children.
We're in America, man. I get what everybody's saying, and I'm worried about something similar. Here's what I worry about with the National Guard going into all these different states and all these different cities. This is what I worry about, because I don't worry about them shooting or killing anybody. Have you ever talked to any of these people that are in the National Guard? I mean, these are people that are either retired from the military maybe, and they're still in the National Guard, or they just enlisted into the National Guard, man. And they get their little, they get perks like, the no money down on a house and good medical. And, they might get some school paid for, there's reasons people do this, man. It's not just because, wanted to put on a uniform, So that's why I also don't feel bad when I hear about a few of them complaining, because there's a lot of times, they don't got to worry about shit, and they just, they're in the National Guard, right? They serve their time. Every now and then they get called out to do something, but no money down on a house. I'm sure I got a lot of listeners right now that would love to be able to just go buy a house with zero money down, right? Wouldn't you love that? But the thing is, they do earn it. They've earned it. They deserve it. So I'm not taking that from them. But my point is, number one, I don't feel bad if they're being deployed around the country. I do worry about this turning into something a lot bigger, And I don't mean bigger in the way of like a civil war and everybody trying to fight. No, I don't mean that, man. I mean bigger in the way of like what happened with the Patriot Act.
Argument, the play is, if two National Guard are simply unarmed, standing in the park, the gangbangers will not go there because they don't want to pick a fight with the military. Now, if it's local police, they don't care because they know the extent of where the police can operate. A lot of these gangbangers know they can go to Indiana, Wisconsin, Iowa, or St. Louis or whatever, and they operate out of the prisons as it is. But everybody, they all know, hey man, you don't want to, if you go and shake someone down with a gun and you do a drive-by and there's National Guard there, you are going to open up the can of worms. And so the idea is just put two National Guard to hang out and they'll avoid the area.
Well, it works. That does work, but at what cost? Well, DC is a different story.
What cost? What's the cost?
The cost is you've got federal troops in domestic cities, and if the federal government goes psycho, you're
and I if I got some youngsters listening here, if I got some, younger, audience here listening, I'm not going to repeat what the Patriot Act is. Just look it up. But the point is, it wasn't supposed to be used against us, and it is used against us. I don't know if it's still right now today being used against us, but we all know from Edward Snowden and all those different things, we know it was used against us. So we all know it was real, and it is real. And so, and here's another thing that a lot of stupid people forget all the time. In politics, the pendulum constantly swings. So do I got to say any more? Do I? Before I say any more to you, this is who we've lost right here since summer started in Chicago. And in time, I'd like to do this for every major city, but here's some of the names and faces.
Upon arrival, all units will check in using their post number on Citywide 6 and a telephonic notification to CPIC. All district watch operations.
On June 2nd, 2025, far south side became the scene of the city's first major gang loss. Daniel Parker, known in the streets as Danny from Duffel Gang, AMG 130, was found bleeding out on the sidewalk of the 13,300 block of South Langley Avenue. 8 days later, violence moved northwest. June 10th, 14 block north Artisan Avenue, West Town neighborhood. Dion Faisal, known as Dion, tried to hit a lick, not knowing this would be his last move. June 16th, saw the violence spill over the state line. Rashid Davis Wookie from Moby lost his life, not in Chicago, but across the border in Hammond, Indiana, back on the south side. June 17th would be marked by two tragedies. Taryn Trower, known as Jigger from Nickel Gang in 600, died in a motorcycle accident. The exact intersection never made the news, but everyone in the set knew he was gone too soon, too early. On that same day, violence came to the 21st block of East 93rd Street in Calamute Heights. Johnny Jackson Jr., known as Little Johnny from Gooey Gang, was behind the wheel of a Chevrolet when gunfire erupted. A bullet hit him in the back. June 19th, the city lost another at the 600 block of West 63rd Street. Denzel Robinson was leaving a store when a gunman opened fire. He was 32. Early morning, June 21st, the near west side, it was about 2 a.m. when shots erupted in the 23rd block of West Roosevelt Road. Malik Johnson stood outside on the sidewalk, not knowing 3 gunmen were about to jump out of an SUV. A burst of gunfire left Malik and a woman dead. Another man shot in the ankle. The shooters, they disappeared before the blood had dried, and the city would awake to another double homicide. Just another day, and another set of unsolved questions. 4 days later, June 25th, the 12 block of South Springfield Avenue in North Lawndale was the scene of one of the most brazen murders of the summer. Dilla Florence, called Dilla from OTM, was relaxing on a porch with his homies, man, when a man disguised as a woman in a woman's coat and mask walked right up to him. Within seconds, the gunman fired multiple rounds, striking Dilla in the neck and the body. Dilla was 46. The afternoon of June 28th saw more bullets, more pain at 800 block of E, 63rd Street. Keenan Campbell Roy. He was shopping with his son and some friends. 2 men entered and they started shooting, just started blasting away. Keenan was hit several times and rushed to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. His young son was found with his father's blood all over his clothes, man. On July 2nd, the 1200 block of South LaSalle Street in West Pullman, Ronald McLean, known as Drills from 95 Mob, sat inside a car as a dark vehicle pulled up, just creeped up. Shots were fired, one striking him in the head. That same night, just after 11 p.m., the River North District erupted. Outside Artist Restaurant and Lounge, a mixtape release party for local rapper Millo Bucks had just ended. As a crowd looking just piled up outside, a dark colored car pulled up and someone just fucking opened fire when it started blasting. In seconds, 4 people lay dead and at least 14 others were injured. Among the fallen, Leon Andrew Henry, LP, Z from NLMB, and Devontae Terrell Williamson from WAP Gang. Man, both were young, both deeply loved by family and friends. It's fucked up. Williamson had just gotten CDL too, man, and was a loving father to his young daughter. Among the dead was also a 26-year-old Taylor Walker. She was a hairstylist, former dance team captain. Alongside her, a 27-year-old Abion King Wheat, completely uninvolved in the streets, man. Had nothing to do with shit. Both were there just to support homies, caught in a storm that they never even saw coming. July 3rd, the violence returned to the force. It returned hard outside on the 9900 block of South Bensley Avenue. Reginald Edwards Gino from Zola/Chestnut was standing outside when a car pulled up, man. Just creeped up. You know the drill. A hell of gunfire followed. Independence Day weekend, July 5th. The 1000 block of North. Police responded to a call early that morning. They found Brian Keith Meeks, DJ from Ghost Mob, TNG, dead inside a residence. Shot in the head. He was only 30 years old, man. Another casualty of a holiday weekend that will see even more bloodshed. Citywide on July 6th, Dimitri Davis Meek from FBG 157 was in the 9600 block of South Brandon Avenue. He was shot 5 times, 2 in the chest, 3 to the right leg, man. Davis was taken to University of Chicago Medical Center, critical condition, but he died a short time later. July 8th, the streets of Humboldt Park saw more gunfire, man. On the 600 block of North Monticello Avenue, Javi J. Fitch Sosa from OTE just standing outside with a friend around 11 a.m. He was just chilling, man. And 4 gunmen exited a gray car and they just started blasting. They opened fire. Hit several times in the head, and July 10th, just after 2 a.m., on the 3700 block of South Wells Street, Jeremy Miller Whitney, also known as Tyson from MTG 39, was shot in his own hood. Miller took a round to the chest and died at University of Chicago Medical Center. Next day, July 11th, tragedy struck Riverdale, 13,200 block of South Langley Avenue. Prince Johnson, Big Primo from Buff City, was shot multiple times in the head. Primo had only recently came home after serving time for murder in the early 2000s, man. 43, he was still considered a top dog. The game he survived for years finally caught up to him, man. Police found him dead at the scene. Early July 13th, Devon LaSalle, Freaky from OTE, was found shot in the 800 block of North Cambridge Avenue. River North, multiple wounds to the body. Long out of the street politics, man. But the bullet didn't care about retirement. On July 18th, the shooting came to the East Garfield Park. Damarin Dehan Chop from TTU, man, was just standing outside on the 28th block of West Arlington Street, just chilling, man. Someone walking by just pulled out a gun, man, and shot him in the fucking torso. He was pronounced dead the next day at the hospital. July 19th, South Shore on the 2000 block of East 68th Street, police found Demetrius Cole Jr. from UMG shot to death. The bloodshed didn't stop right there, though. July 24th, 2000 block of East 103rd Street, Damian Williams, Damo from Met Boys, was found with gunshot wounds to his torso and his leg. By July 29th, OTM will lose another in the first block of Northwestern Avenue. On the near west side, Antonio McDuffie, Little Tone, was hit in a drive-by just before 10:40 p.m. He was shot in the legs and the head. Every one of these lives was lost in just 2 months. But summer wasn't over yet, man. That's the kind of reality they're facing in Chicago right now. It's not just numbers, it's sons, fathers, friends, entire futures, man, just fucking wiped out. In August, the streets never rested, man. It just kept going. 43 more lives taken. On Labor Day weekend, 8 more lives taken. Summer's over. And the governor and the mayor of this city, they just keep, saying that everything's okay. He's saying it's getting better. Everything's getting better. So let's just believe him, right? Let's believe the politicians. Everything's getting better. They don't play with numbers. They don't play with statistics. We don't have to worry about that. And that's just since summer started. So I want to say this to everybody, man. Look, Trump in about a year from now is what they call a lame duck, meaning presidency's almost over. He can't run again. Constitutionally, he cannot run again. Stop letting people scare you. Stop letting people make, people are basically saying He's sending out the troops to stop the election in 2026, and it'll probably be in 2028. There'll never be another election again. Tell those people to fuck off. And then send them this on PDF. Send them that right there. It's not big. It's not a lot to read. It's unconstitutional. It won't happen. Why is everybody worried? Stop fucking worrying. The best advice I can give, and it's just my opinion, if you don't want to see J.D. Vance as your next president, or maybe Mark Rubio, you might want to reconsider this guy here that I've been talking to you about, because I think he might have some skeletons in his closet, but then again, maybe not. But here's my theory. I believe he does, and I believe they've been sitting on it knowing he's going to run for president one day. That's what I think. And again, he's the world's best salesman. He'll say fucking anything to sell you something. I don't think he really is genuine. I don't think he cares about us here in California. My girl lives right by that French Laundry restaurant. And during the pandemic, that motherfucker, we all know he went there. And a lot of people will be like, oh, who gives a shit? It don't matter that he went there. Here's why it matters, you guys. Everything was shut down. Everything. And this motherfucker, just like Nancy Pelosi, going to the hairstylist. Remember that?
And remember, Nancy is Gavin's aunt.
Meanwhile, they're locking up hairstylists. Meanwhile, there's, a lady that owns, she's a hairstylist out in Hollywood, and they're filming movies in the same parking lot as where her hair salon is. And they told her she can't be open for her hair salon, but they could have hundreds of people there. I mean, you know why that pissed me off? Because my mom, my whole life, has been a hairstylist. Not my whole life, and I want to thank all of you for coming again. This was episode 17. Mom, I hope you were able to watch it. And I love you. And I will be back next week on episode 18. But, one other thing. Hold on. Stay right there. Stay right there, motherfuckers. Hold on. All right. One other thing. One other fucking thing. If you don't own this motherfucker, get out there and go buy it, man. You probably can't even get any more physicals. The one I got in my hand right now, this is for a fan that purchased this and never got his autographed CD. And next week, I'm going to meet up with Lynch and make sure you get your autographed CD. But this is your CD still wrapped up. When you get it, it will be unwrapped with the signature from legendary Brother Lynch Hung. But yeah, man, Season of the Sickness 2, bam. And maybe we'll create a contest. The man himself don't even know I'm saying this until he sees what I just said. He probably don't even know I got 2 or 3 of these vinyls left, and some of the original Season 1 vinyls that were digitally remastered with analog sound. Keep that in mind. A lot of motherfuckers out there, man, here's what they're doing. They're taking the same audio that they're slapping onto their CDs or whatever they're sending into the streaming platforms, and they're pressing it up on a vinyl record for you. And when they do that for you, just know that's like going to the flea market and buying a piece of shit. You're not really buying what it's supposed to sound like. And I recommend when you buy your vinyl, man, make sure anything you're buying has been digitally remastered for the analog sound. If it doesn't say that, or if they can't prove it to you, why would you even want it? Just to say you got something on vinyl? It don't even sound like how it should sound on vinyl. You know what I'm saying? We actually went through a lot, man, to make sure that when we turned in the sound, that we turned in different versions of the sound. There's a version for this, a version for the vinyl, and pretty digital. It's all the same. It's all the same as this right here, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong right there. I'll have to double check. But next week on episode 18, I'm going to have a special guest here. And with that special guest, I'm going to be going over all the numbers, exactly what a recording artist gets paid from every streaming platform. I'm going to break it down for you and make it very basic and simple, but it's going to be interesting. I promise you. I'm going to show you receipts. It's every single platform broken down from top to bottom, how much you make, how it actually works, and what I believe the real solution is to fix the fucking problem of the streaming platforms. There's only one solution, maybe two. And I'm prepared to jump in the driver's seat if I got it, but I think I'm the wrong person to do it. So I'm prepared to support 150% to the motherfucker that jumps in the driver's seat. But you'll hear what it is next week. You're going to be interested. Trust me, it's very interesting. And I'm going to break it down. I'm going to really break it down, make this shit very basic and easy. That way you, the fan, when you look up and you see how many streams somebody got over Spotify, you know how much money they made, or or Tidal, or anywhere, man, you name it. When you see their stream count, you'll know how much money they made, and it'll tell you why I keep saying stop fucking streaming music and start paying for downloads for all these artists that you like, man. It don't matter what kind of genre of music, whoever your favorite artist is, man, pay for their download. It's, when you're streaming it, they're not making shit. I'll just give you one quick example. On Spotify, they make less than 0.003 or 4 cents, I believe, per stream. So just simple math. Let's say somebody gets 10,000 streams real quick, right? Well, let's go bigger, not 100,000 streams real quick. How many pennies did they just make? Come on, man. Is that right? Is that right to you? It's not right. So with that said, we're out, man. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me, and I will see you next week on episode 18. Peace.
And make it ours. Hear me out.
Okay.
Let's get our Gavin Newsom flags. Let's get our Gavin Newsom shirts.
No, thank you.
Let's call Gavin Newsom our daddy.
What the f*** did you just say, funny boy? I don't even call my own dad
Gavin
dad.
Newsom our daddy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
Let's
you
even
funny
go
style
as
boy.
far as taking their slogan.
Wonder what kind of forever puppy this soy boy is holding in his parked car as he films himself looking funny style.
Make America great again. Gavin Newsom, 2028. But instead of our hats being...
Take